Hi everyone, it's Matthew. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with Dance with the Stars coverage. I'm joined by a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, wish you guys have seen me on the channel. I'm Bella. Thank you so much for having me back.
I will leave a link to her Twitter in the description below. Show her some love. She's amazing. Before we start the show, I'd like to apologize for not doing a video last week. I was very sick. I was coughing. I couldn't even get a word out even if I wanted to. I'm doing so much better. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that's why there was no video last week. But with the hot mess of Gene Simmons judging, I think I dodged a bullet. But we are now into dedication nights, and we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with Chandler and Brandon, with a contemporary to I Hope You Dance by Leanne Warmack.
It was a beautiful. I think it was her dedication to her mom. I mean, as a former contemporary recreational dancer, it's important to tell a story through movement and music and not words. And I think she really pulled that off.
I thought it was great. I think it was Carrie Ann, which I can't believe I'm going to agree with Carrie Ann on this. She needs to grow more. The thing is, she's so great, but the thing is, that's the only spot she's staying in emotionally.
Right,
Like, like this show is not just about dancing; it's about the experience. And if you don't have that growth, they will cut you off.
right.
So, that being said, I still would have gave it all nines. She got a 32 out of 40, which means all eights. If you go first, they will always underscore you. That's just
Right. It's
that's just a
under,
fact.
un, underscoring is just a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yeah, but they will always underscore the first couple going. They have done that since the beginning of the show, and they
Right.
will do that till the end of time, pretty much. All right, Steven and Riley were Argentine tango to Seven Nation Army.
Oh my God. Bruno coming in clutch and helping them. I was so surprised by how much Steve has improved since his week one jive to his dance in week two, a paso, and then week three, and now this week, he's done so much growing that he needs to improve so much further.
Yeah. First off, I think out of all the three judges that came in to help, Bruno was probably the most helpful out of the three. His Derek gave some helpful advice, not always, and Carrie Ann is just Carrie Ann.
Right.
Um, some people found it wobbly. I don't agree. I think this was his best dance. So I don't know what y'all talking about. That was a great dance.
Right. I mean, if Len was here, he would have called it like his best dance of the season.
Yes, he did. He got a 33, which he got 1 9 in there from Derek. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Derek.
Derek. Hallelujah.
That 9 would have been fair if Chandler at least got a 9.
Right.
If that was the case, then that would have been more fair. But again, I don't work on Dance with the Stars. I just pretend I do. All right, let's talk about the biggest improvements. Danny and Whitney's contemporary to Unsteady.
Oh my God. I really liked it. And as I could see with Wit's choreo with her contemporaries, with her partners, they really do stand out. Like take for instance the one she did with Milo. It was good, but I mean, look at Danny improving now. He's a superstar.
I I did not expect him to be this good. I thought he kind of plateaued. I thought this was gonna be the beginning of the end. Boy, was I proven wrong tonight. That was amazing.
right?
I all nines, 36. I did not expect them to be tied at the top of the leaderboard though. That was definitely surprising. Dwight and Daniela were a rumba to shoot for the stars. First off, I like the fact that he recorded the vocals. That was actually him.
Right.
That was such a nice touch. Curious to
Kind
see
of
what
what
you think.
that's what kind of Wayne did last year for one of his songs.
Exactly. What do you think about his rumba?
I think it probably like what Mark said, I think it needed like more like it already had the hip action, but it wasn't just there.
Yeah. My bigger problem though, which I'm surprised they didn't mention, but I'm gonna mention it for them, is that Dwight pretty much stayed in the same spot. I don't know if you noticed that. It was like his feet was glued to the floor or something like that. Like there was just no gliding in that. It's just Dwight. I you gotta use the floor. It's there for a reason. Trust me on that.
The rumba is one of the most sensual dances in ballroom that there ever is, and I mostly agree with what Mark said about his hip action.
Yeah, it was too happy too. I'm not trying to say that in a rude way, but it seemed too smiley and was like it took me out of the rumba. I think he got lucky that Brooks was so hated by the fandom
All right.
because he definitely would have gone home if it wasn't for that. That I'm sure of. 29 out of 40. That's the lowest score of the night. Even the lowest score was not that low, but we'll leave it at that. Phaedra and Val with a rumba because you love me by Celine Dion.
I think it was a perfect, like what you said with Danny and not Fedra and Val. They they did so good. I mean, it was dedicated to her mom, like with Chandler's,
Yeah.
and I personally think it was trying to not let me like. I'm like, don't cut onions, don't cut onions. I'm not crying. You are.
Well, we'll talk about what made me cry in a second. Trust me. The I don't think it was her best dance. It seemed too careful. Like it seemed like she was afraid to try to be central, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Which
It could have
again,
at least helped if Jenna came in and helped them, like she did with Gabby in season 31.
yeah, again, exactly. I'm just surprised that didn't happen, or maybe it happened off camera. We never know. But 32 because that seems like a popular score tonight. After Joey's, they just lost their panels and just did all eights. Oh, we have to talk about the best part of the night. Derek breaking the five paddle.
Oh,
We
and
have to
Derek was
mention
like,
that.
no, no, no more fives. We like what Derek was saying, we are far in this competition to even score fives.
My, yeah, that was so funny. My favorite part was when Val kicked it on the way upstairs.
To the
That was
skybox. I
that
laughed
was
so and Val was like, bye bye. No more
they
fives in
didn't
the competition anymore.
they didn't need to do that, but I'm glad they did. Um, all right, before we talk about Brooks, I think we need to mention Derek's and Haley's dance.
That that was a dance, and I'm like, that cut onions. I'm like, not you're not crying, you are.
Hey, I'll say it. I sobbed. I'll say it.
Bro, I it was it
There
was
was
not like it, it's kind of touches on a personal experience for me as well because I had a friend who went through not like a she went through like a tough time with a car accident, and I think this was going to like it was heartbreaking, touching, and what I wrote on here is it was touching, heartbreaking, amazing, and like everyone was saying, it was good enough to make you wanting to cut onions and
yeah.
cry.
It brought me back to my stepdad's cancer battle when he was in a medically induced coma for like a week. Like it just brought me back. There was two times on the show I sobbed. When I say sob, I mean like full out crying. One
Right?
was Len's tribute,
Oh my god, I
and this
still
was
can't believe that they got Emmy nominated for that choreo. Jen and Val are so amazing with the craft.
I agree. And then the second time was this.
Right.
Oh
Like
my
what I was
god.
saying with my friend who went through a car accident and almost passed. I was saying like it took her like strength, resilience, and I think the moral of the story is to never give up and just whenever God is good, he always has your back. And I think that's one of the morals of one of the main ideas of Derek and Haley's dance is to share how vulnerable you can be in a time a like a medical emergency.
I agree. I'm so glad Haley's alive.
Right.
All right, now that we cried, let's get to some fun with Brooks salsa. I love how they did that. Like they had this so emotional moment, and then immediately cut to Brooks' sexy dance.
Like I think like what like everyone was saying, a salsa is like playful. It's playful, sexy. And I think that it wasn't her best dance, but I'm not sure.
I actually disagree. I think it was her best dance, actually. Look at it this
Could
way:
be.
out of her dances, this is the one I would watch again. So, I think this dance was perfect for their chemistry.
Their showmance wasn't. It was there, and everyone was thinking like, "Oh, I think this is the time that she's gonna go." She is going to go on dedication night, aka most memorable year. So I think that's kind of nice how they brought her sisters in to help her with help Gleb with this choreography.
Yeah, I agree. I think she also suffered from being the happiest dance of the night. And with this type of night, you gotta pour the emotion out. And she didn't. It was happy and smiley. It doesn't work for a night like this.
Right. It could have been a waltz, foxtrot, rumba. They already did a rumba
Yeah,
or a
but it
contemporary.
but but then where would Gleb put his sexy moves in there?
Right.
32. All right. Three more left, and then we can talk about the sweet elimination. Joey and Jenna with Vini's waltz to lose control.
That was his best dance of the dang competition. I'm telling you, he's going to go far.
I agree. I think it was his best dance. I'm going to say this. I think he's the best bachelor or bachelorette person we have ever had.
Exactly. And the way that he dedicated to his fiance, who they ended up getting engaged on The Bachelor, I think that was a very sweet detail to indicate how much that they cared for each other and loved one another.
Now, I can't remember if he mentioned this. I don't think he did, but the artist, that's her favorite artist, Kelsey's favorite artist, his fiance. So that was a nice touch in there too.
Right.
All right. I'm going to say this to the judges. I said it in the chat last night. I'll say it again. Judges, pull out the damn 10. Just pull it out. You let me tell you something. You ain't helping anyone by hiding that damn 10. I can tell you that much.
Right. I'm like, excuse you. It's the week where we're seeing some improvement with the couples that are still in the competition. What you said about pulling the 10, I'm like, can you at least pull the damn tens? Seriously? Like, why hide the tens when we know that it's capable to pull out 10 for someone who's improving so much, B has the choreography down, and C knows exactly what they're doing.
I know, right? 36 out of 40. All right, Iana and Alan were a rumba to my way.
I think it was like her comeback after her drive from
Yeah,
last week.
yeah.
It was her comeback.
She needed this more than anyone, and it was
The
definitely
all
her
eights,
best dance.
right? The all eights were deserved.
I agree. I'm happy for them. It was definitely deserved. 32. And last, Jen and Sasha with Foxtrot to the Archer by Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh. Fun fact, Taylor's one of my favorite artists, like ever. So to hear her music and just the way that that Jen connects with the audience, to know how Taylor changed her life and it changed all of our lives too. But knowing how that she is going to connect with the audience was probably, I think, a key when it came to like her dance. And
First off, yeah.
everyone loves Taylor.
First off, Sasha is actually choreographing this season. Thank you for that.
R-
I don't know what's going on with him, but this is the Sasha I knew was there.
Right.
I loved how
Like,
he faked this out, though. I don't know if you remember the clip of Jen doing a gymnastics trick. I love the fact
oh,
that he faked this out.
with Rye recording.
Yeah, I love the fact that he faked us out with that. That was genius.
I love. I'm like, I'm like, Joey did a backflip in his jive. I mean, everyone was shocked.
Yeah, but yeah, Sasha's best choreography. Jen's improving. I'm just worried about her fan base because it shares the same as Joey's.
Right.
I think that's the thing that should worry everyone is that eventually it's gonna come a point it's gonna be two one or the other. All right, 32. Now the bottom three were Chandler and Brandon, Dwight and Daniela, and who went home, Brooks and Glenn.
We all knew it.
Yeah,
We all knew it. I'm like, please get that bitch off of my screen now.
it it was about
That was me. That was me after watching, and I'm like, bro,
the
thank
second,
you.
the second Brooks was put in the bottom three. I'm like, okay, she's going. I was
Okay.
like, I knew Chandler was never in danger, but again, I knew the second they pulled down the low score, I'm like, okay, they're gonna put her on the bottom for dramatic effect. That was their point to scare everyone, and sure enough, it worked.
Right.
Like I saw that coming like a mile away.
Same here. We really did need Mark back as a guest judge after the shit that happened with Gene last week. Mark was himself. Say Mark, I mean, what I said before, like Mark knows how to give detail to a performance when he knows he won the mirror ball 3 times.
Yeah, I think I think he needs to be the permanent judge. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Everyone was saying that. I'm like, Mark, even people on Insta that were liking his mom's post where Mark was sitting in the same seat as his mom and Strictly
Which she was.
saying saying like, please let him be a permanent judge on DW2S. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, maybe he does. You never know. We will see. But next week is Disney night and the return of the team dances. I am so excited for Disney team dances.
They haven't done a Disney team dance yet in the show's history. They always do it on Halloween night.
I'm so
So
excited.
what movies are you excited to see if
Okay, I'm like 1,000% sure High School Musical will be one of the team dances. Like, I would be shocked if it wasn't used at all as a team
right?
dance. Um, I don't know what to expect because there's no Disney movie coming out right away. Like usually when they
Besides
do,
besides Moana in
oh,
November,
oh yeah, they'll probably use a song from the new Moana film because they do that all the time.
right?
Um, um, I'm pretty sure Steven's probably gonna get like Prince Charming or something like that.
Oh yes. I think that
Yeah,
they
or
could do Eric and Eric and Aurora.
yeah, they could do that. There's definitely a lot of
Or
options.
I'm thinking that they have the energy of Sharpay and Ryan.
I would love that. I'm just not sure they would go there, but you never know.
Right.
Um, I would love to see Iona have Encanto.
Oh yes. I would love to see like either maybe a salsa or they already did a salsa. So I'm thinking I can't think of any dance
They could do
like a
jazz.
jazz, yeah.
Jazz is pretty much do whatever you want. That is a ballroom dance,
Right.
which again isn't what jazz is, but sure, we'll allow it.
It's like what Mark was saying in season 31. It's like Broadway. It's kind of like sort of like Broadway jazz, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I did. It's gonna be an interesting night.
I
Because
actually grew up watching Disney, so I think I was born around the year that Meet the Robsons came out. So it's
oh yeah,
very exciting to see like where all of the films were done. But also they need more inclusion of more Pixar movies besides Toy Story.
or just be more creative with their choices.
So I mean like a Viennese waltz to define dancing from Wally
Yeah.
or something else. And
Also,
fun fact, Wally was one of the first movies I saw as an 8-year-old in the movie theaters, and I had to walk out for one of the scenes.
it's a movie that gets me every time. It just does.
Right.
I'm more curious about the team dances, though. I'm not gonna lie, just because what Disney songs are going to choose for the team dances. Like we
Right.
mentioned, High School Musical as a possibility. Maybe the other one be like Toy Store and have each couple be like toys in the toy box.
Ooh, that could be, and like still have like the solo of like what team dances are known for, and just have like a solo.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's something they do. I don't know.
Maybe.
Um, I'm curious about the captains. The last couple of seasons, they've done the two lowest scoring couples throughout the.
So they
Like,
did Allie and Harry last season.
yeah, I believe it would be Dwight and I think either Phaedra or Iona. I'm not sure. I
I'm
could be
excited
totally.
on I'm excited to see how everything will play out.
I'm saying we do not know yet. It might come out in the afternoon. It'll probably come out by the time I post this tonight. All right, so comment down below. Who do you think did the best last night? Who do you think did the worst? And who you want as who for Disney night?
And also comment down below, what is your favorite Disney princess?
I love that. All right, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.